Suppose there is a patient of hypertrophic pyloric stenosis or any other cause of gastric outlet obstruction. Now, in this patient, there is a metabolic abnormality. Remember the statement hypokalemic, hypochloremic, hyponatremic, metabolic acidosis with paradoxical aciduria. Sounds really daunting at first, but it's really not. Let's understand it simply. In normal physiology, the stomach parietal cells produce HCl. Which is secreted into the GIT. But on the same side, it also has to produce HCO3, which will then on the other side go on into the blood. Understand that the blood has now become alkalotic and the HCl has been secreted into the GI. It enters the duodenum and stimulates the pancreas. And the pancreas wants to balance out this acid in the GI as well as balance out the alkaline HCO3 in the blood. So the pancreas will do the exact ulta of this. It'll absorb the blood ka carbon dioxide and water, secrete HCO3 into the lumen so that the acid is balanced out, and at the same time it is balancing the blood pH by secreting H plus into the blood. So your blood pH is maintained and your GI ka pH is also maintained. This was normal. But in gastric outlet obstruction, the stomach keeps producing HCl, but this HCl cannot come out into the duodenum because of that obstruction. And everything that accumulates up here is going to get vomited out. So chloride is going to be lost, so hypochloremia. And all your fluids are lost through vomiting, so hypovolemia. Since your HCl did not reach your duodenum, there was no stimulation of the pancreas. And parietal cells were secreting HCl and HCO3 into the blood uncontrolled. So uncontrolled metabolic alkalosis is there. I say uncontrolled because pancreas was not stimulated only. So there was no balancing out of this pH. Now here when there was hypovolemia, it stimulated the kidney to retain sodium and water. Now in an attempt to retain the sodium, it is going to throw out the potassium. This explains your hypokalemia. After a point, there will be so much loss of potassium because of the aldosterone that now the sodium potassium pump won't be able to function to retain sodium, but the body is still trying to retain sodium. So how will that continue? With the sodium hydrogen pump. Since now this is the only functioning pump, sodium is going to be retained, but in exchange for it, we have loss of hydrogen. So H plus is secreted into the urine even though the blood was alkalotic. Ideally, when the blood is alkalotic, the body should be getting rid of the alkalotic HCO3 so that the blood pH is brought back to a normal level. But here, even though there is a metabolic alkalosis, the overwhelming need for sodium and water retention by the body because of the hypovolemia is so much that you are losing H plus through this pump. And H plus in the urine means that the urine is acidic. This explains your paradoxical aciduria. To repeat the statement, gastric outlet obstruction patient is going to present with hypochloremic, hypokalemic, hyponatremic, metabolic acidosis with paradoxical aciduria.